"Until they bring me my money," he barked. "Nobody leaves this house." The gunshot was the first thing people in Eastfield Estate heard that night. Not a scream, not a shout, just one loud, ugly crack that told the whole neighborhood. Trouble had moved in. Inside House 47, nobody was free to leave. Kwame Mensah, the man of the house, had bolted the doors, pulled the curtains, and pressed the cold muzzle of his pistol against the chest of his trembling younger brother. Around them sat his mother, 2 cousins, and the house help Afia, all with eyes wide and throats dry. Kwame wasn't always like this. He was the type who dressed sharp in Italian suits, always carrying the smell of expensive cologne and the arrogance of someone who thought the city bowed before him. But that night, his swagger had snapped into desperation. "Until they bring me my money," he barked. "Nobody leaves this house." The neighbors whispered about him for months. His shady deals, the flashy cars that changed every season, the sudden trips to Lagos, Nairobi, Joburg. They knew something was crooked, but money speaks, and Kwame spoke loud. Now the police had closed in on him, surrounding the estate, engines humming under the orange glow of Accra's streetlights. Yet, Kwame wasn't scared of sirens. He was scared of betrayal. Someone had tipped them off, and he swore he would bleed the truth out of everyone under his roof. His mother cried out, "Kwame, this is your blood. These are your people." But Kwame's eyes burned like hot coal. "Blood is what betrays you first," he muttered. Minutes crawled like hours. Sweat ran down faces. The house felt smaller with every breath. Outside, the city moved on. Vendors shutting stalls, trotro buses blaring horns, lovers laughing on balconies. Life pretending nothing dangerous lurked behind the walls of House 47. Then, the doorbell rang. It wasn't the police, not a neighbor, but a calm, deliberate knock. Kwame froze. Everyone stared at the door as if it had grown teeth. The knock came again. Then a voice, deep, steady, the kind that carried authority without shouting. "Kwame Mensah, open the door. You know why I'm here." Kwame's grip tightened on the gun. "Who are you?" he roared. The voice replied, "Your match." Silence fell. Even the crickets outside seemed to pause. When Kwame finally opened the door, he found a man in plain clothes, tall, with eyes that measured every corner of the room in one glance. He wasn't a policeman. He wasn't wearing a badge. But the air around him was heavier than any authority uniform could give. He stepped inside, uninvited yet unstoppable. Kwame laughed nervously. "You think you can walk in here? I'll drop you first before I drop anyone else." The man didn't flinch. He looked straight at Kwame's hostages, his mother, his brother, Afia, and said, "They are not your prisoners. They are your witnesses. Tonight, the city will remember you not for what you built, but for how you end." Kwame's hand trembled. For the first time, the pistol felt heavier than his pride. "Who sent you?" Kwame demanded. The man's lips curved, not into a smile, but into something like a challenge. "No one sent me. I'm the debt you can't escape. I'm the mirror you've avoided. I am what every man meets when the lies run out." The room grew colder. Kwame's gun clattered to the floor, the echo of metal on tiles breaking the spell. In that moment, everyone knew Kwame Mensah, the untouchable king of Eastfield Estate, had finally met his match. The man walked closer, bent down, and whispered words nobody else heard. Kwame's knees buckled. He sat on the floor like a broken child. The hostages rushed to freedom, the mother weeping with relief, the cousins gasping for air, Afia clutching her chest. But Kwame stayed seated, staring at the stranger as though he had seen the spirit of judgment itself. Outside, the police stormed in, ready for war, only to find their enemy already disarmed. His empire of fear collapsed within 4 walls. And as they dragged Kwame away, his eyes never left the man who had walked in unarmed, yet conquered him without a single bullet. That night, Eastfield Estate slept with lighter hearts. And in the city's alleys, whispers spread fast. Every man thinks he is a lion in his own house, until the day he meets the hunter.